The next thing that we're going to look at within SchoolFusion is we're going to look at adding files and folders, and then also adding different links and websites to your classroom web page. So always, to get back to your main web page, you want to click SchoolFusion Pages and just click the name of your website. So we're going to come back here. So again, we want to scroll down, and you see here we have links and we have files. If I wanted them to be actually over here, we could move it over here. And I know that links is probably set over here for most of you right now, and that's just what I did here. If you just see, you just kind of pick it up and kind of move that to wherever you want. But we'll just put that over here for now. We'll put the discussions up here. We'll leave our files here. Again, you can name this whatever cutesy name you have, otherwise leave it as files. Either way works good. So we want to decide, do we need to just add some files? Different files would be if you have spelling lists, vocabulary lists, if you have a project menu that you want to give the students, if you have information about a field trip coming up that you want to add, this is a great place to do it. Different handouts for your classrooms that you may want students and parents to refer back to, different tutorials you might have made for them, whatever it is. You would need to decide if it's just going to be one link or one file that you need to add, then you just want to add a file. But if you're working within and you have multiple items, if you're having a project that has multiple items, you're going to want to add a folder. If you have spelling list, you maybe want to add a folder and just call it your spelling list. If you're working on a different theme within your classroom, maybe you want to add it for that. It kind of depends on you. So let's say that we're doing a project. I'm going to click Add Folder. Maybe our project's going to be on ancient Egypt. Okay. You want to give a short description. This folder will contain all of the resources you will need to complete your project. Okay. Luckily, you can see here, it actually spell checks for us, and so that's a pretty nice feature because we don't want to be putting words not spelled correctly. Okay. Don't need to worry about any of these parent folders, that sort of stuff right now. So we're just adding a folder. So we're going to click Add Folder. So we come back to our website and we scroll down. We can now see that we have a folder added under our files. So now I want to add some links or resources to this file folder. I'm going to click our pencil again. If I messed up and I didn't want it, all I would have to do is click the X and that would delete it. So let's click here. It's going to open this up. I'll click Edit Folder. Okay, excuse my small mess up. We have created the folder. Once we've created the folder, we actually have to come up here to add files within our folder. So we need to click Add Files. So now we're going to browse for the files. I don't have anything for ancient Egypt in itself, but I'll just kind of put some random things here. And so I'll pretend like this is a project menu that I've created for them, maybe a classroom rubric so that they know how the project will be graded, and then any other kind of resources I might want to provide for my students. I would just choose it, click Open. Again, you want to give them a short description here so that they know what part this would be, what this would be for, what this file would be for. Clearly can't spell today, so good thing for the spell check. Okay, the parent folder is an important one because we want to make sure that we add it. We're doing a project within our ancient Egypt, so we want to make sure we add it to our ancient Egypt folder. And just click Add File. And as you can see down here, if we click on ancient Egypt, within there we have different files. So this would be all the files that you would want listed within there. Okay, we can always click here and always go back to the Fusion homepage, and that just gets us back to our main page. So if I just wanted to add a file here without being in a folder, I would have just clicked Add Files, browsed for the one that I wanted to add. Again, just kind of grabbing some random things here I might want to add. Can't even think of anything here, so whatever. We'll just take the same one again. Okay, the description here. We don't want a parent folder, we just want it to go, so we're going to make sure this stays none. And then here, again, make sure we check which website we wanted to go to. Most of us only have one, but in the middle school and high school level, we have more than one, so just make sure that you choose the different ones that you wanted to go to. And that's pretty nice, because you don't have to just do this step for every single website if you have the same website for the different classes. However you have yours set up. And let's click Add File. Okay. And so we see in here again, we have just files added, but we can also create folders. It's just a nice feature to use, and it's just a great resource for parents to have. Okay, now we have links and different websites or resources that we want to give our students. Again, it kind of defaults to over here on the right side. It's a little bit small, so I want to just click the little arrow, the little moving, I don't know what you want to call it, pick, and just move it, and that way it's a little bit easier for the students to read or to use. It's kind of up to you if you wanted your discussion topics over here, if you wanted your homework. It just kind of depends on the different things. Alright, we're going to add links. So again, we can create category, or we can just add the links. So you'd want to create categories if you're going to put up, if you like elementary, if you teach elementary and you have different subjects, if you teach reading, you teach math, and you have different links that you want to go into those subjects, you can add them here instead of just a big list of links. But you can also just create and add your links. Say you only teach algebra and you're just going to add algebra links. So you can either create a category, create a link. Again, I'm going to click Create Category. Okay, maybe I was going to call this vocabulary links. So I would just name it, short description if you want. It does appear on the website, so you don't want it to be too long, but here are some fun games to help you with vocabulary. You don't have to just do vocabulary. I know we do lots of different themes. So if you're working on a unit and you have a theme that you're doing, maybe you're doing the Arctic. So maybe you want to create a folder or a category. There are going to be all the links that you use for that theme. Just depends on how you want to do it. We're going to again choose the websites we want them to appear on. We only have one, so I'm just going to choose the one. And then I'm going to create, click the button that says Create Link Category. And again, we'll scroll down here, and we now see that we have the vocabulary links that I have added. Again, anyone that you don't want, you just click the X. If you want to change the name, you click the pencil. So now let's create a link. So within the vocabulary links, we're going to come here. Okay. You're going to find your website. If you have it opened over here, so say I'm just going to go to Bing. So say you're going to use a website, you could come over here and you can right click and copy the name of the website. Maybe you added some websites into your bookmarks, or maybe you just know the name of the website. Come over here, we're just going to right click and paste it in here. You're going to name it, I'm just using Bing as an example right now. Again, a short description. This could be Starfall, this could be, there's all kinds of awesome, amazing websites out there, so there's no end or no limit to what this could be. But once we're all finished, we're going to make sure the website's selected, and we're going to hit Create Link. So if we scroll down, we can see that we have a vocabulary, and if we click the little plus sign here, it's going to show us all the different links that we have in here. Right now I have Bing in here. Okay, so you can create even different little subcategories. If you were working on a theme, so say you're working on the Arctic, you could create a subcategory that would be for reading, and then another subcategory that would be for math. So it just matters on how well you want to organize things. But also you can just add a link. So you can just come to create a link. Just going to kind of use my Crossword Cares. Give it a title, and again a short description. Whatever. Okay. You can make sure it opens in a new window. This is kind of a nice thing to do in case Otherwise, they'll just go over the window that you were on, and it might get confused. So I like to open in a new window, create my website, create the link. And as you see here, we have just added it. So it's not listed as a subcategory. Instead, it's just listed as category. Whoops, I think this... Okay, one more clarification. If you do notice how Bing went down here and it did not go under my vocabulary links, so I took you the wrong information. I'm sorry. If you follow the handout, it's correct. But in order to get a link added here, you actually you'll click on the plus, and then within here you can either create a subcategory or create a link right within inside of there. So you don't, if you just want to create a link, you're going to use this one, and it's just going to put them here. But if you want to create a link within a folder or a category, within a category that you have created, you're going to click the category, click the plus sign, and then click create link. And so this is where you would want to. So say we want to add starfall.com. We want to make sure we add the category up here. So this is the difference. So we want to add this to a reading. Short title, short description. You don't have to put a description, but if you want to, open a new window, and we're going to click create link. So let's scroll down, and now we can see, we don't see Starfall this time, but if we click the plus, we'll see under here, as I've already added it once, but we can see that here's the new link that we've added. So again, creating a category, you click here, and these will be the different categories that you want. If you just want to add a link, like I have down here, you hit create link. Once you've created the category, click the plus sign and then create link, and that's where you can create the links within that category.